Man, we got a very special video for y'all, and we're gonna be reacting to shoeonhead. She's a YouTuber that I really love to watch. She is amazing, and she's gonna be talking about her experience when she called out Balenciaga. This video came out 3 months ago, so let's get to it. Sup YouTube, what's up? What's up? It's your boy Joe. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, press that bell notification to let you know when I be upload a new video. And as you can tell, this is a different type of video. This is more like, you could say, educational purposes. And before we actually get into video, I want to clarify just to make sure that people don't call me like a conservative or a liberal, because I'm neither of those. I am independent. That is my political party stance. I used to be a hardcore conservative back like in 2018, 2017, around there. But now I decided to become independent because I I've seen what the left and right true colors are, and I didn't want to be part of that anymore. So now I'm independent, and so we're gonna be reacting to the creepy Balenciaga scandal and why I was canceled. So let's get to it.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about the creepy Balenciaga photo shoot you may have heard of, how I helped
Let me know if
accidentally
this sound is
Balenciaga
adjustable
Gate,
for
the
y'all.
bizarre defenses of the photo shoot, and how I lost friends over it. No, I'm not joking. This is going to be a wild...
I mean, she do got a point. It's kind of sad that people would lose friendship over about a certain type of opinion that you would make, and people don't want to hear the truth nowadays, which is kind of sad because it really sucks that we can't have like a civilized conversation anymore without people getting offended by every little thing, and we gotta censor ourselves to please that person. But let's get to it. We only in 16 seconds in.
So get comfy, get cozy. I made you some hot chocolate.
It's okay, I got monster shoes.
So for those of you who don't know, because I sure as hell did not before all of this, Balenciaga is a high-end fashion clothing brand that sells ugly shit like this for thousands of dollars. I personally...
And that's the crazy part. It's like, people will call it fashion, and as Shu pointed out in a show, a shoe that and it'd be so expensive for no reason, but yet people still will buy it because of the name brand, and they want to be cool and popular. Like, if you don't have the latest name brand, you will be looked down upon. And it's just crazy that people would spend half their paycheck on a materialistic thing where they probably gonna only wear one time and never again. So I agree with you, Shu, that it's crazy.
Do not buy Balenciaga clothing. I am not a filthy capitalist. I buy my clothes on Amazon.
Facts.
Socialist. Anyway, the company is currently under fire for their new holiday collection photo shoot. And when you see these photos, you will probably understand why. One was a little girl on a couch with a very worried, sad look on her face.
Oh nah, that is crazy. What is Balenciaga doing? Why involve children in these type of things? Oh, this is This is painful. Kids should not be involved in these type of photo shoot. Like I can understand if it was normal without like the wine glass and the bear holding up BDSM, stuff, and it was just a regular teddy bear, and she was just standing on the couch just like that without all these extra stuff, then it would be perfectly fine. But the fact that no, that's just weird.
Surrounded by alcohol and holding a teddy bear that was wearing a full BDSM harness. There was other pictures of the girl laying on the couch, as well as another shot of another sad little girl on the bed, surrounded by Balenciaga items, chains, and a whole ass leash. A little weird, a little...
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Like, what is Balenciaga doing? Like, what are y'all doing? If you know what's funny? It's crazy how you don't really see people calling Balenciaga out. And I know this was like 3 months, but yet they would call out J.K. Rowling for apparently to be being a transphobic of what she wrote on Twitter. So people would call J.K. Rowling out for that, but when it comes to high fashion, A-list like Balenciaga, they're not calling this out. Like, don't you think this is kind of weird and off-putting? Let's continue.
Sussy, like the pictures just gave you bad vibes. But anyway, to make things even worse, right on their homepage, right next to that photo shoot, was a photo of a purse on a desk. Seems normal, right? But the only visible paper sticking out from under the purse, the only piece of paper with any text on it, conveniently right there, was a court case related to child creepy. Coincidentally, 2 days before this all hit the internet, Balenciaga left Twitter. Not only did they delete their Twitter...
Nah, that's suspicious. That is suspicious how they left Twitter right after this outburst. Do I smell a conspiracy? Let me know in the comment section.
Account. But they deleted every single photo off of their Instagram page.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
So I actually found all of this out because I saw a TikTok on my Twitter timeline by the streamer Brittany
Okay,
Venti,
someone
and she
did
was
call
talking
it out.
about this. And I couldn't believe it, so I went to Balenciaga's website, and lo and behold, it was real. The creepy photo shoots, the CP document, everything was right there. So I made my own tweet about it, and this tweet winded up absolutely popping off. I had no idea the entire internet started talking about it, because once a tweet of mine starts to blow up, I just mute it and just move on with my day. My tweet was all over mainstream media. New York Post even called me a, quote, eagle-eyed social media watchdog.
That is... You see, this is why I don't affiliate myself with people who identify in those parties like a leftist or Republican or whatever, because I don't know, it's just sad to me, and you should have common sense about it, that what Balenciaga did was wrong. And Shu is gonna hate for it. I don't understand people. Let's continue.
Okay? This spiral spiraled completely out of control. People were burning their Balenciaga items.
There is just no
Oh
PR
wow, I
team
didn't know that.
that is going to get them out of this one.
Making rap songs against Balenciaga.
They keep coming for our kids, now we need to follow. Designer brands that they hide, I know hell is hotter.
Even vandalizing Balenciaga stores. Also, just so everyone knows, I am not suicidal, just in case news comes out that I was found with 3 designer bullets in the back of my head. And I don't think Brittany Venti is either, so if either of us, we do not have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. The best part about this, though, has to be I was fact-checked by Twitter, and this is what they said. Although Shoe often makes comments to cause amusement or laughter, this is an authentic Balenciaga marketing photograph. It contains an excerpt from the U.S. Supreme Court opinion in United States v. Williams, which upheld a part of federal child pornography law. I've never seen one of these fact-checker things just be like, fact-check true.
Yeah.
I know Shoe likes to get a little silly, but she's actually serious this time. I also love that it just says Shoe. Like, Twitter and I are just on a first-name basis now. Now, you're probably asking, Shoe, why would a high-end fashion brand pull this, like, Where's Waldo shit? Well, there are a few theories. The most obvious one is to just look edgy and subversive. Nothing like a good old controversy to get eyes on your brand. So if this was some kind of pathetic attempt at an attention grab, they sure got attention and much more. I wouldn't put it past corpos to do some weird attention whoring like this, and I definitely wouldn't put it past the fashion industry. The other theory is that this is just a little wink, a little nod to the other freaks in the industry. Think the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah. She got a point. Yeah, there's not much to put my 2 cents in, because I agree with her in that statement, and the people who, like the ones getting upset because Shu called Balenciaga out, are the ones that hiding their basically true colors, and they're the real pedophiles, because they claim that you will see. Let's just keep on going.
For like little St. James tourists. Finally, Balenciaga, the brand itself, came out and apologized. We sincerely apologize for any offense our holiday campaign may have caused. Our plush bear bags should have not been featured with children in this campaign.
I don't believe in that apology was sincere, because I feel like they are sorry because they got caught, and that's the only reason why they wrote that fake apology. They should have done it in the first place, because they knew that children should not be involved in these type of grown situations. But the fact that they did it anyway, they launched a campaign for it, and they posted all over on their social media outlet and promote it. That's just absolutely insane. And the fact, we're gonna keep watching, because this video is 28 minutes long.
We have immediately removed the campaign from all platforms. We apologize for displaying unsettling documents in our campaign. We
I'm
take
sorry,
this matter
you can
very
hate
seriously
on me
and
all
are
you
taking
want. I
legal
just don't
action
believe in it.
against the parties responsible for creating the set and including unapproved
I don't
items
think the
for our
apology
spring
was
campaign
sincere.
photo shoot. We strongly condemn abuse of children in any form. We stand for children's safety and well-being.
With Balenciaga facing a firestorm over a series of disturbing new ads, all eyes and ears were on.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that wasn't Kim Kardashian was like partnered with Balenciaga, or like the ambassador or some shit like that. But that just answered my question.
Their highest profile partner for comment. Kim finally released a statement on Sunday calling herself disgusted and outraged.
Meanwhile, her
If she was truly disgusted and outraged knowing that she got kids of her own as a mother, she should have participated in the first place, knowing that she got kids of her own. But the fact that she still done it, and she knew that Balenciaga was gonna backlash and people was gonna stop supporting it. It's crazy to me.
Ex-husband Kanye West, after going on InfoWars and saying, quote, "There are a lot of things I love about Hitler," ran defense for Balenciaga.
And now all of a sudden, everyone is so outraged and focused on Balenciaga, but then we're still aborting our kids. We're still fornicating, but oh, we don't wear Balenciaga.
I don't take Kanye serious anymore. Like, there's something wrong with that dude. Ever since he got with Kim, he been acting so weird. And when they got divorced, he been all in a tyrant. So I can't really take him serious. But he does make good music. But lately, it's been kind of shitty, his music. Like, what the fuck is that? Scoopity poop. Scoopity doopity poop. Like, come on, Kanye. What happened to the era when he did College Dropout or 808s? Huh? Like, those were your prime. But I'm getting off track. We are 5 minutes and 53 seconds.
Now, shut the hell up.
So fellow paranoid schizophrenics started digging and found more
that was
creepy
funny.
things in the photos from Balenciaga. And this has spiraled into a much bigger conspiracy. This is the thing with conspiracies, though. They're always rabbit holes. When there's so many things that are unexplained about the world, and people just kind of feel helpless and powerless, people understandably start to look for answers elsewhere. And a lot of people took this Balenciaga thing as just kind of the rich and powerful doing what they do in secret, now out in the open. Do I think this is some kind of Pizzagate thing where
Nah.
Balenciaga's like hiding children in their basement? Do I think they are literally trafficking children?
Nah,
I don't think
the
that. I
pictures
don't
would-
know that. I've never claimed to know that.
It's not like they doing a whole piece of cake or trafficking children or hiding children in the basement. The pictures were just more disturbing and weird to see little kids posing with a teddy bear that's wearing a bondage, and kids shouldn't be exposed to that type of stuff. That's weird. 6 minutes and 41 seconds.
What I do know is that this is a huge up from a billion-dollar company. And when a
Yep.
billion-dollar company up, who better to come to their defense than the progressive left?
Oh lord.
Can we stop pretending Shoe is an ally yet? Shoeonhead belongs in a prison cell for hate speech. Shoe herself is basically
How's that a hate speech? Speaking out against Balenciaga for. Huh? I don't understand progressive leftists. It's like they hurt my brain. Or they never even take the time or day to watch Shoe's video and they just don't understand it or could comprehend what she was trying to say because they're so brainwashed. They are helpless.
a terrorist enabler at this point. You are a Nazi. Shoe is literally just a Nazi.
How? See, that's why I hate liberals and progressive leftists. Because they throw out these words, calling innocent people these words for no reason. And that's why words are losing their meaning. And people like myself can't take them serious. Because they will literally call you anything when you know the person is not. I can't stand this generation and how y'all think. It's like sometimes I feel bad for y'all because I just don't know. We at 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, Shoe is a Nazi. Shoeonhead is a fascist and a danger to our community.
Huh?
This is your daily reminder that Shoeonhead is a Nazi. I'm sick of Shoeonhead. She needs to go. No more. I think that if a button to deplatform her existed, we should push it this instant. Do you think reporting her vids would do anything? Hate speech and all?
See, this person who wrote that, that's basically taking away Shoeonhead freedom of speech, because she deserves her right to be on this platform. And she is allowed to say whatever she wants, including calling out a $1 million company like Balenciaga for doing something weird. And the fact that people get it triggered just because we're gonna continue.
How about we mass report her Twitter? F Shoe. This crosses a line. Shoe is a cum-dump enabler for fascist violence.
There,
Who'd expected anything else from a Nazi bimbo hag? She's fundamentally the enemy and should always be treated as such. People like Shoe and Matt Walsh are the types of people I believe committing acts of violence against is morally justified.
That's just crazy.
Now, I just need to make this clear that this is in no way a representation of the entire left online. Most of the people who...
It's a 50-50, because I've seen, when I used to be a political commentator on TikTok before my main page got taken down, I had 5K followers on it. I used to be like I said in the beginning of the video, I used to be a hardcore conservative, and my ethnicity, a lot of you people may not notice that I'm Polish and black. And when I tell people that I used to be a conservative, especially all the people from the left, it's like they would throw racist slur at me. They would call me like a sellout. They would call me like, oh, you know, surrendering to your master or some shit like that. I'm like, how am I a sellout just because I'm allowed to think for myself and have my own opinion? And I've been doing proper research about certain type of topics that I wanted to speak on. Huh? And plus, I'm not fully white. I'm Polish and black. My mom is legit from Poland that came to America at the age 19. So she immigrated from Poland to the United States. So technically that makes me European. So I'm not like a white American. But it's just crazy how people would call Shoe like a fascist and Nazi, when if they like take their time and look into her videos, she not only she would bash the left, she would also bash the right too. Cause I've seen a couple of her videos that she will bash the right. But you know, people get all triggered and offensive by it, but like I said, we shall keep on going, because this is a kind of a long video. This is 28 minutes and 34 seconds, and we're only in 7 minutes and 53 seconds.
Follow me are left-wing, and they agreed that, yeah, this photo shoot was really weird. The people who are mad about this are from a pretty small bubble, but nevertheless, lo and behold, I was apparently canceled. Now, I use the term canceled sort of sarcastically because I really wasn't canceled. It's kind of impossible to cancel me in general because I have 4 different fan bases and they all hate each other and me. And a lot of you guys watching this probably didn't even know all of this happened, but it was just very weird and I need to talk about this. shoeonhead on her way to once again use her massive platform to provide the neo-Nazis in her audience with fodder they can use to justify the murder of gay people, but this time the day after another
I remember. But the Balenciaga calling out is not connected with the mass shooting or from Orlando with the gays. Like, how can you, huh?
Anti-gay terror attack. I'm sorry. Where are the gays? My post had absolutely nothing to do
exactly.
with LGBT people. The Balenciaga thing in general had nothing to do with LGBT people.
Exactly.
Where did this come from? This guy took a random response to my tweet and implied I was responsible for someone else's opinion and therefore fueling hate crimes against gay people. I'm just confused how Balenciaga posting an ad of kids holding stuffed animals and fetish gear turned into LGBT group.
Where in Shoe tweet, when she tweeted about it, say anything, huh? How can I just don't know anymore.
Discourse. Did I miss something? Look at the quote tweets and replies to her tweet thread from her followers. I have 500,000 followers on Twitter. I have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I am not the retard wrangler. There were a few people, not that many, who took my tweet and ran with their own narrative of it. I cannot control the opinions of other people. And a lot of these people aren't even in my audience. They're just random people on Twitter who found my tweet because it went viral. That is how a public forum works. If someone is egregiously being homophobic or harassing people in my replies, I'll just block them. There's nothing else I can do. What do you want me to do about the opinions of other people? Why don't you focus on what I said and did? Is it because I said and did nothing wrong? I mean this with the most respect possible. Posting this a day after a homophobic terror attack that happened because the trans drag...
Where in the tweet say anything about the LGBT community or talking about gays? Where in the tweet it said it? Like, I seriously want to know where, because it's crazy how the people who's in a progressive leftist would say the most outrageous thing to make shoeonhead looks bad. And it's just crazy how people think nowadays.
Like a groomer scare comes off in very bad taste. I think choosing to bring this to light right after the shooting is phenomenally poor taste. Shoeonhead throwing queers under the bus right after a mass shooting to cater to her homophobic audience. There was a mass shooting in a gay club in Colorado a few days before this Balenciaga thing broke. And because there was a shooting at a gay nightclub, I can't talk about pedophilia. What? To shitpost the LGBT community on Trans Day of Remembrance is so disrespectful, I don't even know what to say. Same vibe as criticizing veterans on Veterans Day. Let me get this straight. Criticizing a fashion brand for baiting on Trans Day of Remembrance is the same as criticizing veterans on Veterans Day?
Yeah, I don't get that logic at all. Like, what? I just don't understand y'all generation. Is it because I might be getting older, or I'm losing all hope for this generation? I don't know what it is. It's just sad that people think like this.
Bro, you don't even need the far right at this point. You're doing their job for them. What the even if I saw it from their perspective, like, even if I removed my brain and replaced it with a little toy monkey with symbols or whatever they have going on up there, even if I saw it from their point of view, if the issue they have with all of this is that I shouldn't be talking about this at a time where gay groomer rhetoric is popular, why aren't they mad at Balenciaga for doing an ad like this at the time they...
Exactly. You see how most leftists are hypocrites. It's like they don't want to pinpoint nothing. They want to come at Shu just because she's calling out Balenciaga on the day apparently there was a mass shooting on at a gay club. And somehow people are comparing that. I don't know. People are just weird to me.
Gay groomer thing is popular. Why aren't they directing their anger at the brand? Why are they shooting the messenger? The worst part about this is that this tweet came from a YouTuber who I've been friends with for years. Why is this person, who I thought was my friend, doing this
Oh nah, that's crazy. To consider the fact that this person was your friend that's doing this to you, like I would have ended. I would have no longer been that person's friend if that was the case. Because at this point, they're taking out things out of content to make you look bad. Like, I feel so sorry, Shu.
unhinged Stretch Armstrong reach to imply I am responsible for the murder of LGBT people. This isn't how you would
That's
treat a friend.
crazy.
This isn't criticism. This isn't a joke. This is disgusting. I just don't understand, like, if you had a problem, why didn't you come to me and
Exactly.
why did you have to make it into some public sideshow lit at
Exactly, like, why you didn't come to Shu private, one-on-one, have some civilized conversation about it, and maybe she would have heard you out and see your point of view. But no, you want to criticize her and have your followers go after her, making her responsible for it's crazy. Like, I don't understand people.
dunk for the world to see. Maybe this is karma, because I've dropped friends over politics before. Because
So
honestly, I
have I.
can't find any other explanation.
Not
for
gonna
this.
lie.
But this wasn't even political. Like, I couldn't think of an optically worse thing to drop someone over. Like, I know you used to be right-wing. Personally, I can't relate. But not everything related to pedophilia has to do with gay.
Oh yeah, that's right. She never claimed that she was the right one. You see, I feel like she was more of a, not a leftist, but I don't know what she would be considered as. Maybe a constitutionalist? Nah, I don't think a constitutionalist. But something about you that I really like, despite her political background, like, I could see her point of view. Like some of her critiques in her video I could agree on, and some of them I don't. That's the beauty about having a conversation and stuff. Like, I personally never talked to her, but if I had the opportunity, I would love to sit down and talk with her and see her point of view about certain type of topics or whatnot. And yeah,
Shu needs to stop with the conspiracy posting. Ah yes, the conspiracy. The conspiracy that the fashion industry is f***ed up and weird. The conspiracy that the powerful elites are abusing children. That conspiracy. The worst part is she pretends to be gay so she can yell homophobe when you call her out. I'm convinced
she'll never pretend to be gay in any of her videos. If I recall, she's married to a male. And I've been watching her videos since like 2018, I want to say. And I never seen her pretending to be gay. Okay.
has no real political opinions and just says/believes whatever sounds good to her. Isn't that what an opinion is? begging people to finally realize Shu is literally just right-wing. Shu is a conservative, no matter how many lefties try to say otherwise.
Shu never claims to be conservative in none of her videos. Huh? That, ladies and gentlemen, this is the progressive leftist for y'all.
There's a term coined by Lindsay Ellis that I think fits Shu. She's a diet Nazi. Shoeonhead is a right-wing propagandist. She is likely paid to be so either directly or indirectly. I hate Shu. She's not a leftist. She's a fascist who wants healthcare. Does this look like a fascist to you?
What's wrong with healthcare? You need healthcare.
She needs to be kicked out of the left like yesterday. She is a fascist. If you are denying it at this point, you are just a simp. Shoeonhead is a...
I swear, people just love to say things to make them sound good. She'll never claim that she was a conservative or right wing. If you have any decency to watch her videos, you would know that she's not a conservative.
Right-wing paid propagandist infiltrating leftist spaces. She's a calculated and insincere plant, and she needs to be excommunicated. We need to boot Shu from the left. She isn't a leftist. At this point, we just have to not let Shu exist on the left anymore. Inevitably...
That was the word I was looking for, libertarian. I think Shu might be libertarian, but that's a whole different thing from being a conservative. People just weird.
She is going to leave the left, and it will not be surprising. So first of all, if I was going to leave the left over left-wing people being mean to me, I would have left the left like 8 years ago. I know it's hard for these people to understand because their extent of politics is quite literally Discord servers and Reddit communities. You cannot be kicked out of opinions. Like, I could call myself a right-winger right now, but I would be the shittiest right-winger ever, probably on account of the whole, I don't know, socialism thing. The whole being a socialist might get in the way. But more importantly, I don't know.
Okay.
What about me?
Okay, so she's a socialist. But I still like her videos. It's funny. Like, I love her humor. Something about her humor attracts me to her videos. And I don't know why. It just does.
Pulling shit like this out makes me not left-wing. It genuinely feels like some massive psyop. Like, I want workers' rights and for people to have their basic necessities met.
That's understandable.
I didn't sign up for this weird-ass shit. I'm just so tired of, like, trying to prove to these people that I'm left-wing. I'm just tired of being like, no, you don't understand. I voted for Bernie in 2016 and in 2020. I believe this and I believe that. I'm tired. I'm too old for this shit. I am exhausted. These people just want me to be some, like, progressive little shit lib rising from the ashes of, like, the anti-SJW world. They want me on my hands and knees groveling and apologizing for making, like, stupid level 1 baby edgy jokes about attack helicopters 5 years ago. They want me saying we need to destigmatize pedophilia or want me simping for the CIA or whatever the these people are up to nowadays. And it's like, no, not gonna happen. Sorry. What's so funny is a lot of these content creators do agree with me, but they won't say so in public. Like, they DM me and they're like...
And that's the sad truth. Like, that's just sad how they are afraid to defend shoeonhead because of what their fans might think of them if they defend her in a public audience. Because they're afraid that they might get canceled or whatever. And it's just ridiculous. Like, you shouldn't care what other people think. It's your opinion. You're allowed to say what you want to say. It's your freedom of speech. And if they get mad, oh well. And if you lose followers, it shouldn't really matter. And especially if you are a bigger content creator, you shouldn't really care that you're going to lose followers because you're still going to have those supporters who support you no matter what. Those are just minorities who would disagree with you.
So right. instead of just doing it publicly because they fear their own audiences. It's literally so sad. It's like an abusive
That's what I
relationship.
said, yeah.
But I just want to go back to the more important, less personal aspect of this whole thing, and that is the connection between pedo and LGBT. So of course there are a lot of people on the right wing who are comparing the two. They have been doing this since the 1950s. The pedo smear has been thrown at gay people for decades. There's always been people on the right who will compare all the things I talk about, like the maps and stuff, to gay people. But it's very clear from my content.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with this. Yeah, I have seen that a couple of times, and that's one the reason why I left the right wing and become independent, because that was just weird, and they were doing too much, and it was just over the top.
If you've watched my content, which I really don't think a lot of these people who are mad at me have done, it's very clear from my content that I've always pushed back on this. But what is new to me is now liberals coming out and saying I can't talk about this stuff, and that talking about it is somehow inherently anti-gay. Which, when you think about it, is really, really bad. Shu has never been a leftist. She's a right-wing reactionary trad wife who has an unhealthy obsession with making false equivalences between LGBTQ people.
Again, tell me you never watched a shoeonhead without telling me, because she never claimed that she's a right wing. And what's wrong with, huh? I don't get this comment, but okay, go off, I guess.
And pedophiles. So first of all, let's be very clear here. I have been doing the opposite of this my entire career. This has been one of my focuses on this channel for years. And do you know what one of the core messages of a lot of those videos were? They are now trying to squeeze themselves into the LGBT community. And do not be mistaken, the LGBT community ain't having that shit. You cannot sit with the LGBT community. You can't sit with us! And for the people who go, must slippery slope, you're fueling the delusions that they did actually successfully break their way into the community. They're latching on a movement that is currently, finally, seeing acceptance, which makes them snakes.
There's literally nothing more dangerous about pedophilia than any other sexual attraction when you think about it.
You hear that, guys? There is no difference between an adult.
It's like I said, it's crazy how people think it's okay to be a pedophile, to be attracted to kids. That is just, I don't know, that's crazy.
Consensually having sex with another adult and an adult having sex with a child. Amazing! We learned so much on this channel.
But right now, since gays and transgender people have already gotten much of their rights all throughout the world, I think it's time for us to have their turn.
Shut up! Shut up! This right here is what triggers my timbers. Gay, consenting adults can do whatever they want with other gay, consenting adults. A pedophile's sexuality, children aren't a gender, so it's not a sexuality, but like I've said before, cannot go through with their sick fetish without harming anybody. Speaking as a gayman, I believe we should include the P. To do otherwise is to betray the principles that give us our rights. For the last f***ing time. You can't sit with us! My main point in a lot of those videos was, you can't sit with us. Nearly a decade of content of me going, this is really bad, the LGBT community isn't defending this, only for a chunk of the left to suddenly go, stop right there, Hitler. Shu never seems to go after right-wing shit. I wonder why that is. Okay, I only make maybe like, what, 5 videos a year? It shouldn't be that hard to go onto my page and scroll and
That's
just
what I said
see
in the
this
beginning.
video, which is about exactly that. Like, it's right there. You don't even have to scroll. It's right there. Like, I made my prostasia video about a year ago. Remember my prostasia video where I exposed some child protection organization? What if I posted that video today? Would I be bombarded with these same people and called a Nazi and a reactionary and whatever? Because the only people that were doing that last year was the organization itself. The pedo organization was calling me alt-right for exposing them. That's you! That's you right now. It's a pattern from Shoe that she had for years. Even though she didn't say gay groomer out loud, it can be seen as a dog whistle. Shoe may not have said anything about LGBTQ+ people out loud, but we can hear the dog whistle from miles away. Shoe knows exactly what she's doing. 31-year-old knows exactly what she's doing. That's the thing. She did not mention gay and trans people. We know that she is thinking it, and so does her audience. It's called a dog whistle. She hides behind technically not saying anything explicit. Stop falling for her dog whistling tactic just because she did.
It's crazy how people think like this. That's all I'm gonna say, because at this point I feel like I'm just repeating myself, and I don't want to do that. It's just sad.
Say gay doesn't mean that it's not what she's implying. The sheer amount of people who still don't know that shoeonhead is a dog whistle. Her name is a dog whistle. It always was. It's so funny to me that you can literally breathe and these people will find a way to make it a dog whistle, but a child could be holding a teddy bear in bondage gear in a fashion ad, and they call you a crazy conspiracy theorist for pointing it out. And they love to do this gaslighting shit, right? They try to make you feel crazy for thinking something like most normal people would think is weird. Literal soup brain. Leather isn't innately related to BDSM. What's wrong with a child seeing BDSM gear? The child does not know it's sexual.
The fact that people are defending this is just sad. It's just wrong that a kid is exposed to BDSM gears. We're gonna just continue.
What harm comes from this? Who gives a shit, dude? It's a kid holding a teddy bear. How traumatizing. People love to misunderstand fashion. It's so tiring. It's not pedophilia, it's fashion, Mom. Look it up. Is putting a leather harness on a dog BDSM too?
This child is not being mutilated. It is just holding a bear that happens to have a leather strap on it. Petco.com. Oh no, they're selling pedophile wear.
I'm sorry, you can't fool a degenerate. That is a BDSM harness.
Maybe shoeonhead sees a piece of leather next to a child and starts getting a little, riled up. Maybe it's a little bit of projection on shoeonhead's part.
Oh, you think this looks weird? Well, you must be a pedophile yourself. Wow, got him. This shit went viral on normie Twitter and Facebook and TikTok. There were Zoomer girls on TikTok oh my god, this shit crazy, for real, this shit not bussin'. And you're over here pretending it's perfectly fine and not weird and only Nazis and pedophiles would have a problem with this.
The only people who defend it, who thinks this is okay and fine with, are a real pedophile. That's all I'm saying. And if you disagree on me with that, you're one of them.
Okay, just reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. Balenciaga better be paying you people good, because if they're not, that's even more pathetic. They should at least throw you one of those $3,000 high-heeled Crocs or whatever the f***. The brand itself even admitted it was weird, yet you're over here running.
Exactly. They admitted themselves that it was weird, and they gave a whole apologize statement, which I think is completely fake and BS. But how are people still? I don't know. People are just dumb.
In defense for them for free. Even more annoying than the gaslighting has to be the whataboutism. I see whataboutism all the time when I make content. When I talk about police brutality, what about violence against police officers? When I talk about men being cringe, what about women being cringe? When I talk about women being cringe, what about men being cringe?
Oh, I hate
You
those
can
type
always
of
tell
people.
when someone doesn't really have a point or they are low-key defending the thing you're talking about when they...
And don't get me wrong, I used to be one of those people, but then I came to the realization that it was cringe, and I grew out of that. Oh, what about me? This other shit, but yeah.
do this what about shit. And every time you want to talk about weirdo shit involving children, there's 12 motherfuckers that crawl out of a rock. Notice how they never talk about child beauty contests. All this
people have been talking about child beauty pageants. What?
About child beauty pageants. Oh yeah? You're talking about this bad thing? What about this other bad thing? What is this, the all lives matter of pedophilia? Multiple things can be bad at once. But it's not 2005. We're not middle-aged mothers from the South. Nobody is out here defending child beauty pageants. This is so weird because Shu has talked about kink and BDSM in her videos before. She's a hypocrite. I could be wearing a full BDSM harness right now. I could be wearing a full GIMP suit. But it would not matter because my content is not made for children. I am an adult who makes content for adults. You either have a room temperature IQ or you're coping. Shu is Catholic but never calls out the pedophilia of the Catholic Church. Has June ever talked about pedophilia in the church? I can't find her mentioning it. And again, these people don't watch my content. Hell, I even had a joke about it in my prostasia video. It's literally tax exempted. It is a tax.
I swear, people who never watch her videos, they just need to watch her videos to understand her, because she have called out these type of things before. It's just crazy.
It's exempted a club. So it's a church. Also, hold on. Remember Cuties? Remember when Cuties came out? Cuties, which, much like the Balenciaga thing, had nothing to do with LGBT people. And like a dozen articles came out from liberal journalists about how like everyone criticizing it is alt-right. Cuties, the extraordinary Netflix debut that became the target of a right-wing campaign. The controversy surrounding it seems to be propaganda fueled by non-types and anti-Semites. Audiences hate it because there's a moral panic right-wing campaign targeting it. Wrong. Leftists like shoeonhead and Vosh are critical of the film. shoeonhead is a notorious alt-right asshole. Also, you just tagged 2 aggressive, horrible accounts. Please delete that tweet. You're putting people on the thread at risk. And was Cuties not basically beauty pageant shit? It had nothing to do with gay people. And once again, we were calling it out. And where were you? Calling us f***ing Nazis. It doesn't f***ing matter. It doesn't matter if it's gay or straight. It doesn't matter if it's a giant corporation or a Netflix movie. They will find a way to call me alt-right for talking about this shit. The absolute urgency and ease at which these people jump on the most optically disastrous swords is both horrifying and incredible to me. The term map went from something on Tumblr that I talked about 7 years ago to now real hired academics using the term.
Stigma against maps is a problem in part because it makes maps think that they're monsters. That's really problematic in terms of map well-being. It's really hard to cope when you think you're a terrible person because you have attractions that you can't change.
And I'm a licensed professional counselor and sex therapist in Erie, Pennsylvania. And today I want to talk about minor attracted persons. Most folks are making incorrect assumptions about them without actually knowing much about them. And those assumptions create harm for an already marginalized population.
Notice the familiar language they're using. They are co-opting progressive language. And I want the community, I want people in general to get ahead of this. But no, apparently MAP is just a right-wing psyop and I'm just a reactionary and blah 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 blah. I feel like the crazy scientist in the beginning of a disaster movie that nobody believes. And then it's like too late. And what's upsetting to me as a socialist, what's upsetting to me is the progressive movement, or whatever this is, I don't even know what this is, in the near future is going to wind up at the least ignoring and at the most
She's speaking the truth. That's all I gotta say. She's speaking the truth.
defending some real disgusting shit in the near future in fear of giving the right ammo. There are right-wing people who are constantly calling everything and anything to do with pedophilia, like gay shit, LGBT shit. Yes, I get it. I have a bi flag in the background of some of my videos and I get comments like, nice groomer flag. Like, I get it. But how long should we not say anything in fear of giving them ammo? Because this was probably the most clear-cut example of something weird and gross, completely unrelated to gay people, and these people still did damage control for it. If anything would ever give the right ammo, it's the way you acted so quickly to defend this shit. And yes, by implying I can't talk about it, or I'm committing scholastic terrorism, or whatever the new buzzword is, that is defending this. This shit that anyone with eyes can see is creepy. I have been talking about this stuff all of my career, and I have a great track record. I was talking about maps years ago, and now there's hired academics using the term. I warned about Amos Yee, who said I was too mean to pedophiles, and he was arrested for having CP. I exposed Prostasia, then they shut down their forum, so young maps could no longer enter it. I helped get the word out about this Balenciaga thing, and even the brand itself had to admit it was creepy and is now doing an investigation into it. I don't care if you yourself don't want to talk about this stuff. I don't care. You do you, I will do me. But all I ask is that you stay out of my way when I am doing me. And just know that I am not sorry, I did nothing wrong, and I will do it again. Goodbye. We're out here.
And that was the end of the video. See you guys next time.